ADR, lovely to see you here at Canterbury. Thankfully it's not raining ahead of your T20 game. I'm going to take you back, if I may. I'm going to take you a long way back. When did you first pick up a bat and a ball and think, oh, I quite like this game?
I don't think I thought whether I liked it or not. I think I was about 3 or 4. My dad's from Yorkshire, avid cricketer, and I live next to a cricket ground, so I think at whatever age that he could have put a bat in my hand and played in the garden with me, I think as soon as that happened I was just away. I don't think I stopped from then. So yeah, it was my dad.
Which club was that?
I live next to Tunbridge Wells Cricket.
Okay.
So Neville Cricket
Fantastic,
Ground.
gorgeous ground.
It's not too shabby, is
No,
it?
it's
quite
lovely.
a nice place to live.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
so quite lucky.
influences then, your dad obviously.
Yeah, massively.
Was he? Did he push you, or was it just you get out there and enjoy it?
I think it was probably a little bit of both. He didn't necessarily push me, but he was a person that I'd probably go to nets with all the time. Like, he played and he'd never let me get him out, and then as soon as I did, it was like the best day of my life. But yeah, so he was always playing, so I'd just go to the nets with him, and then yeah, I joined the boys section at Tunbridge Wells when I was probably about 9 or 10, or 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
And how important was that, joining because obviously even since then cricket's changed, women's cricket has changed so much, but how important was that, you going into the Tunbridge Wells club and playing with the boys at that stage?
I think it was pretty massive. Like, I go around now and they've got a whole, so there's 2 pitches at Tunbridge Wells, and one of them's taken up solely by the girls, whereas I was literally the only one. And I remember the first summer I walked around with my dad and he was just like, we were trying to gauge what it was like, and I was like, no, I can't do this yet. And then the next year I was like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, and I think it was massive. Just like, I think they just accepted me. I was like the only one there, and I just got involved in it. But yeah, I just really enjoyed it.
Because as I say, it's changed so much now, hasn't it? I've got an 11-year-old daughter, and she's playing club cricket for an all-girls team. But back then that wasn't the case, was it? So it must have been quite. Is intimidating the right word to wander in, or as you say, you had to wander around the ground and had a look first, and then thought, right, let's give this a go. So you said they were really welcoming when you came first up.
Yeah, really welcoming. I didn't know of girls clubs then. I mean, I now know there was one 5 minutes down the road the other way, but I obviously lived next to Tunbridge Wells and they didn't have a girls section. So yeah, I guess it was probably a bit intimidating, and you had a point to prove. So I just remember being from whatever age, having that point to prove and being like, well, if you're doing that, then I can do that, and kind of just trying to keep up with whatever's going on, or just joining in with whatever. It wasn't a me or them, it was just, I'm going to do exactly what you do as well.
And I can remember, because I grew up in Kent, I can remember Tunbridge Wells being a terrific club. Obviously the Neville Ground's a terrific ground as well, but you know, what they've done for you in your career, in your cricket, that is huge, isn't it? And it is a fantastic club, Tunbridge Wells.
Yeah, it's a really good club. I mean, I think they're still in the Prem for the Kent Prem, and they're doing pretty well. Yeah, it's a massive stepping stone for me, and I was there until I was about 15, and I still occasionally go around, and if I have a chance, which I don't that much, play for one of the teams there on a Saturday or Sunday. But yeah, they were massive in my development and just getting involved with the boys section and growing up.
And then what happened? Because obviously development, pathway schemes, Kent, England, now South East Stars. So from that, but when did you begin to think, oh, hang on, actually, I'm quite good at this, and this is something I would like to pursue?
Me personally, I wasn't really aware of county cricket or women's cricket that much growing up. I guess because I was probably in the bubble of Tunbridge Wells and stuff. And then I kind of thought, oh, maybe this is something I want to give a go. I had a friend that played in the Sussex team, and kind of thought, oh, maybe. So I ended up joining a club down the road called Belshire Green, who's got an incredible women's section, girls section there. Joined there when I was about 14, 15, and then from there went into the Kent setup, age group stuff. So yeah, I didn't actually play girls or women's cricket till I was about 14, 15. But yeah, so the setup from there, so Belgian Green had a fantastic setup, slotted right into their team, and then went into the Kent, and then just kind of worked my way up from there.
Yeah, because people will be interested by that sort of pathway through. What was it like when you got into the Kent setup as well? Because obviously that's the next step up, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember having trials at Net, and everyone knew each other and I knew no one, just because they'd all played like club stuff together and I hadn't played any of it. But yeah, so we'd have like trials in the winter, and then you'd have training during the winter, and then there was games throughout the summer, and that's kind of what I remember of the setup, was the training sessions. I think it was a weekend. I think there's more now than there were. It used to be just one on a Sunday afternoon for a couple of hours, and then then it was summer games.
And how proud were you of playing for Kent? Because Tunbridge Wells, one of the biggest clubs in Kent, you've worked your way through there, and then you're playing for the county. How proud were you of that first time you played for them, and how proud are you to play for Kent?
I'm still massively proud to play for Kent. Always brings a smile on my face when I actually get to go out there with the girls. I think as a county we're quite proud, and we call ourselves the Alters, but we like play for each other, we play for that team. And I was really proud to play for that team, especially like first coming in, the names that were there. So you had like Charlotte Edwards, Lydia Greenway, I could go on, like Tammy Beaumont, it kind of went on, and to get involved in that team was just incredible. And you're just there, and like the first time I don't think I was really aware of it that much, and then when you look back on it you're like, oh, okay, did all right there.
It's interesting that. Did you spend a bit of time with those three names you've just mentioned, and especially Charlotte and Lydia, with the amount of experience those two had and have got? Did you spend time with them, sort of just chatting with them about sort of cricket careers and picking their brains and finding out a bit more about what it takes to go into a professional game?
I think one of the best things about cricket is that you can sit all day watching everyone else play and just watch how they go about things, or you have conversations on the sides. I wouldn't say I necessarily went out of my way to have this sort of conversation with any of them. I mean, spent a lot of time with Tammy over the years and just talking and going over things. I mean, she's used me as a bouncing board. I've used her God knows how many times as a bouncing board as well. And you just watch and see how they go about things, and you learn that way, and just how Lottie would speak to the group as captain, and what she would ask of us, or say how she wanted us to play, or lead by example, go out there and do what she needed to do. I got to just watch and learn for however many years. So that was pretty great.
Soaking it all up, which is obviously your role now with the South East Stars. I think it's absolutely great. I thought last year was brilliant. So far this year's been brilliant. How is it being in the setup? Because obviously you mentioned Kent there, you've got Surrey, you guys are going head to head, aren't you? You're trying to take each other's wickets, you're trying to smash each other all over the park, and then all of a sudden you're coming together and you're playing as a team. How's that experience been?
I've loved it so far. I mean, I really enjoyed the first couple of T20s at the start, so we're having a lot of chirp over the winter of Surrey saying that they're the better team, and then put that to bed pretty quickly in those first two games. But yeah, I think we really enjoy it. We really enjoy the competitive side of it. So as soon as we get a competitive game out and training, competitive side switches on, and then us coming together, I think we all get on really well. And I'm one of the older ones at 27, which is ridiculous. But yeah, being able to just oversee it, help anyone out that you possibly can, and just see the two groups come together, I think we gel really well. And
how important has the contract been, and how important has it been that you are now treated like professionals, which you always should have been, but you are now, and you're getting full-time coaches and you're training in the winter? How important is that, not just for you, but for every living cricketer across the land?
I mean, personally, for me, it's vitally important. It's my job, it's my wage. But for everyone else, I think that's it's massive. It protects their time, it protects their bodies, the physical side of things, not just going out there and absolutely smashing themselves. We've got physio, we've got S&C, we've got the mental support, we've got coaches as well. So just being able to take their game up from this level and being able to just take it up to a different level is so nice to watch and see them progress and actually grow into their potential even more than they possibly could have.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Was it always the aim for you? Because as you say, it's now your job.
Yeah.
It's now your job. Was that always the... Did you always think to yourself, I would like it, I'd like this to be my job, I'd like to be doing this full-time, professionally, day in, day out, week in, week out?
I think growing up, whenever anybody asked me what I wanted to do for a living, I was like, I don't know, I just want to play cricket. Flirted with other ideas and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it hasn't necessarily been straightforward. So I went to uni, which was insane and wonderful. Went on to Australia, did a season there, and then didn't just got hasn't just been plain sailing. Like, I've had to have other jobs on the side, and then as soon as I got a contract, I've held on to a contract. But yeah, I didn't envision myself doing much else, and haven't quite worked out what else I'll do after cricket either.
You've got so much on ahead of you, I wouldn't worry about that yet. Final question is, you mentioned your dad there, but influences. We sit here at Canterbury, so you're at home, you've got a game here today. Who are the people who've got you here? Who sort of helped to get you to this point in your career?
I mean, you've got families always around. Family's a massive one. They've been a massive support over the years. And then, I mean, friends that have been forgiving for when you go, oh, sorry, I can't have got cricket, or sorry, I can't have got cricket. And then coaches, so many to name, but the one that probably has made the largest difference is someone that actually coaches Kent at Kent, so he coaches Kent 2 now. Got a man called Mark Decker. He was the first person I probably had cricket conversations with. So we'd bat, he'll throw balls, we'd hit about 10, talk for however long, hit another 10, talk for however long. He was the first person that actually properly spoke about it. So yeah, he was Kent through and through. So yeah, Mark Decker's the one.
That's it. That's all we need.
Thank you.
Beautiful. That was lovely. Thank you very much.
That's alright. It's easy peasy.
Plenty there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Better turn it off now. Well done, Letty.